70% of enhanced guys struggle with sleep because their brain chemistry is out of balance. So deep quality rest never kicks in, but dial in the right hormone signals and tired turns into turbo. In this video, you'll get the exact fixes to restore deep sleep, so you'll wake up sharp, locked in, and back in peak state. So what's actually keeping the body stuck in that insomnia loop? Well, it's not the testosterone. It's those fake shortcuts wrecking recovery on gear. First one is high-dose melatonin or sleep medicine. Sure, they knock you out, but by morning, it feels like jet lag without the trip or the tan. REM sleep gets blocked. Wait, I've heard of that. What is it? Think of REM sleep as dream mode. The brain resets, memories get sorted, and it helps you wake up focused. Anyway, sleep meds put your mind into a holding pattern, which is not what we want. Using growth hormone at night can spike aldosterone, so fluid builds up, the face puffs, and real sleep can disappear. And if you take T3 too late, your central nervous system can rev up. Some guys take Anavar or oral steroids in the evening. This will redline dopamine, that's guaranteed insomnia. And those that drink red wine to relax, this will drop melatonin and spike cortisol. All these shortcuts are like turning off your phone when it's glitching, instead of fixing the app that keeps crashing. So what is actually happening here? Good question. I want you to think of your recovery system as a smart home. Cortisol puts the lights on. GABA will start the wind down. Melatonin hits sleep mode. And dopamine, well, that's still scrolling Bali real estate at midnight. And if all of these don't shut off together, sleep won't start. But this is what no one tells you. TRT and gear massively scramble the whole setup, because testosterone flattens your wake up signal, nandrolone or growth hormone can block it, Mars, Anavar and Primo crank the brain too high. So there's too much go and no slow, and nothing switches off. And if your magnesium's drained or your GABA is already a bit low, it's like getting a message that says go to sleep. But the instructions are in a language your body can't read. And that's why on anabolics you can feel tired all day but still wired at night. The real fix isn't sedation, it's system alignment. Because if your brain still thinks it's 3 p.m. at midnight, there's no sleep in the world that's going to override that clock. And this is where we start the recalibration with a circadian reset protocol. We need natural light within 30 minutes of waking and shut off any screens 90 minutes before bed. Magnesium glycinate, GABA and L-theanine are a great pre-bed buffer, and using red light therapy in the evening will boost melatonin release. These things aren't sedatives, they're a route to restart and a reminder telling your body sleep's coming, start the process. So we've covered sleep signal. Let's now build the brain chemistry to match. This is a neurocalm protocol. We've got melatonin, 5-HTP, glycine and inositol. These will set up the right conditions so sleep can start on its own. But here's the thing, winding down looks different depending on what your body is going through. On a cutting phase, your body's under pressure. Cortisol's up, carbs are low, and the brain starts scanning for food, not for bed. On a bulking phase, digestion slows, food sits heavy, and gut overload starts blocking serotonin. And with that, sleep begins to get broken. You feel full, but you're also flat. If you're on a cruise phase, things might seem stable, but even TRT and nighttime GH, if not correctly dosed, can leave your nervous system stuck in go mode. So how do we adapt all this? Okay, so let's precision tune this based on the cycle stage. Cutting phase, inositol and ashwagandha. They will calm cortisol and restore dopamine. Glycine and a small carb refeed. Body temp will cool down and serotonin and leptin will be supported. In a bulking phase, we definitely need a digestive support stack. Enzymes, glutamine and ginger root. Avoid eating 3 hours before bed so there's no late gut overload. Best to use GH in the morning unless you're shredded and inflammation free. A night stack will be glycine, magnesium, taurine. These will soothe GABA balance and sodium control. Now in the cruise phase, don't assume TRT is sleep safe. Best to drop all stimulants by noon. Run growth hormone in the morning. We can add phosphatidylserine, 5-HTP and glycine. These will help deep, effortless sleep. Now the goal in each stage isn't just falling asleep, it's about restoring optimal output across the whole system. And yet sometimes the real problem is hiding in the supplement drawer. So let's have a look at which supplements are sabotaging recovery and which ones are actually helping it. These are our stack allies for sleep. Ashwagandha is going to lower cortisol cortisol and support GABA. Retatrutide is appetite control. That's going to lead to better night regulation. Taurine is helpful for mineral balance, and dandelion root will reduce fluid tension. Now the next things can actually ruin sleep. Evening stimulants or tyrosine. The CNS is going to be turned on. High dosages of oral steroids. Overdosing with anastrozole, crashing estrogen. There's no serotonin or no melatonin, and that affects the way that you rest. Using HCG at night, because pregnenolone and DHEA can spike, causing more CNS arousal. However, what if the thing ruining your sleep is the kind of stuff your clinic never thinks to check? Because most of them will hand you the testosterone, throw in some GH, and never review the actual biomarkers that are turning rest into just laying there with your eyes open. Now, gentlemen, there's a myth that needs to go because it's costing us real progress. If I'm knocked out, I must be sleeping well. Being unconscious isn't the same as being recovered, because you can pass out from knockout candy and still wake up from a chemical coma feeling tired. So this is what real recovery needs. REM sleep to stabilize dopamine and memory consolidation. Deep sleep to pulse GH and build IGF-1. Circadian rhythm to control inflammation and testosterone signaling. Real recovery isn't about being knocked out. It's about syncing the brain, hormones and nervous system in the right order. Now let's take this one a little further, because once the basics are locked in, you can layer a few elite tools on top to give your brain an extra click into that recovery mode. Delta sleep inducing peptide. Sub-Q microdose before bed. This will help deepen slow wave sleep, especially if you're not stacking GH. However, not for everyone. Results are going to vary. Start small and track outcomes. Cibrolacin. This is if brain fog or CNS fatigue is your bottleneck. And this nootropic peptide hybrid is going to smoothly shut you down at night and switch you on faster in the morning. This is not sleep support. It's protocol tuning. And everything needs to start working again in sequence. Libido will come back, inflammation will drop, thyroid sensitivity improves, and GH starts triggering IGF-1 again. And out of nowhere, your focus, your energy and your edge will all come back. You don't need to increase those anabolic doses, as the goal isn't just to sleep. It's waking up ready to win. In any case, if you think you might need some help and guidance on your mission to level up, you can reach out. Below this video, in the description box, there's a link. You hit that link, and I'm going to get back to you as quick as I can. Now you're finally sleeping like an enhanced human. But is your anabolic protocol really pulling its weight? Because if your energy is off, we're not done optimizing yet. The next video is really going to help. This is Dr. James, and I'm out.